Alright, so I'm going to show you how to throw saw blades like throwing knives. These are circular saw blades. You got little ones, you got these medium size, and obviously you got your larger size that goes on miter saws. You don't want them. You can throw these little ones, but they're very hard to control because they're so lightweight. And even this size right here, 5.5 inch, a little bit too small. You can throw that one, but the best size, at least, I like the 6.5 or more. And honestly, my favorite size to throw, 7 inch. So on these, you want to make sure you got the older styles that have the right kind of teeth like that, because sometimes you'll get these weird wacky teeth, and sometimes they won't even have like a point. It'll be like more like that one, but on both sides. You want to make sure you get the right ones that have all the nice teeth, like that right there or this right there. Those are the best teeth. They stick the best, and these heavier medium weight ones get the best spin too. I'll show you how to throw them right now. And one thing about these is sometimes they'll have these little edges, like where it's like wider than the actual blade. If you can find them without them, that's better on your hands. You can wear gloves while doing this, but it can catch on the gloves and throw your aim off. So I'll show you how to hold these now. What you want to do is you hold it like this, like a pinch grip right there. Put it right here. I kind of curl my finger like that, and then on this other side I just grab it like that. You don't want these to be digging into that little fleshy part of your thumb either. You want to have it sitting like right about there, so that way when you throw it, it comes off your fingers and not right here. That way you don't cut yourself up. If you're gonna do it, just try to be safe about it. I warned you, you could get cut up. Be safe. Just like throwing knives, you gotta be safe. So, pinch grip, what you wanna do is you hold it like this. You're gonna take it above your head, almost like if you ever threw a knife before. And you wanna just go like this. Say this is above my head. And you wanna just flick your wrist as you come around. And you wanna try to keep it straight lined up with the target. And whenever you throw it, be careful to not go at like an angle, because if you do that, you might end up aiming off to the one side or the other. So you take it, flick the wrist, and then as you come down, you can feel whenever the blade's weight kind of goes down, loosen your grip a little bit and it'll roll off of there. And that flick motion will give it enough spin so them teeth stick into the wood. I like to put my front foot forwards. I don't like to put the one of my throwing hand forwards. That just feels like you don't have enough momentum. You take and follow through. You can't really follow through if the shoulder, your throwing shoulder is already forwards, you know? So you want to have your throwing shoulder back and the opposite foot forwards to give you some momentum in the throw. Alright, so I'm going to give y'all an example of throwing this real quick, but first I want to talk about your target. Obviously I got these cinder blocks here holding this thing up. That ain't what you want, for real. You want something that's going to not cut up your blades or like put shards in the air or something, so don't do that. But I couldn't find nothing else. Your target, if it's obviously it's going to be a piece of wood or a stump, the stump already has the grain going upwards like that. But if you got like a board like this, you don't want it to go like that, because the grain is going horizontal and you want the grain to go vertical. That way when the teeth go in, it'll stick and not pop out. A 2x10 would be real good for it. I've even thrown them at wooden doors before, and you can get a lot of power in your throws with these saw blades, especially if you got bigger ones. And I've actually gotten the teeth to go all the way through the door, like that thick of a door. So you can get a lot of power behind your throws once you get accurate. Technique first. Alright, once you get that down, then you can start throwing harder and with more speed. But the technique's important to get down first. Get your accuracy down. Get close to the target. Not too close, but close. Because these can come back at you if you don't sink them in, and then start backing up slowly. These don't got to worry about rotation as much as a throwing knife, because you know, you don't got to hit one point. It's like teeth all around. But the thing about that is you got to make sure to flick your wrist enough to get those teeth to go into the wood, because if you have a weak throw, it's just gonna bounce right off. So I'm gonna show you some examples right now. If you miss, it's good to put up something, but I didn't have nothing to prop my board up against, so and you want to just look at the target, like just look at the target and then throw it. And you want to, when you take them off, hope y'all can see, you want to just take it like that, and then the teeth ain't gonna get you, so you can just pull upwards and it rolls right out. Okay, you don't want to hunch your body, you want to just stand straight up when you do it, and don't lean over because that'll throw you off. Just let your arm do the work and compensate after you practice. I really don't like these little ones, man. Ah, here it is. Yeah. And look how much that blends in with them leaves. So even the metal ones, I recommend either putting like some bright tape on them or something, or maybe not doing it in the leaves like I'm doing. I tell you what, this camera is making me feel over encumbered. You want to make sure the teeth are facing that way, like going down in the front and going up in the back. You go like that, like in that movie Tucker and Dale versus Evil. As you notice in the movie, the guy throws it like this. That ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You gotta throw it teeth down. So whenever you release it, the teeth are digging down. If you throw it left-handed, same way. You want to make sure those teeth are going to be rotating that way. Oh, look how close that one was to the other one. Pretty cool. Like I said, you can get pretty accurate. I'm aiming at the center of this thing every time. And there's my low throw. It's matching the other low throw too, so it's pretty accurate, man. That was between both of them, but it didn't stick because it's so lightweight. Like I said, these little ones don't want to stick because they're so lightweight, but there we go. That one nicked the teeth of this one right here. You can see how lined up them are. Look at that. All right, let's do it again. And you can even go like, and give it like a little spring action like that. That's what I like doing. It kind of propels the teeth more, like. Perfect. Check it out. Line up. So yeah, you throw it and you want to do that wrist flick, but when you go back, it's not like a smooth motion. I like to go like this, pause, and then do like that kind of motion, like you're flicking. Like a whip kind of motion, like a pause, then a flick. It helps you line them up, and it also helps you kind of be more accurate, in my opinion. All right, so that little flick in action helps these little ones stick a lot better. Tip for you if you're using little ones. But it also gives the big ones a lot more power and momentum. This is so fun. It's way better than throwing knives, in my opinion. I mean, it'll rough up your hands a little bit in that corner and on your thumbs, but I mean, it's fun, man. Like, and the reason it does it is it slides off. It's got these little sharp edges on the teeth, obviously, that cut into you a little bit. That's why I could say you wear gloves if you want. I've done it with and without, and your hands probably might get cut up anyway if you do it for a long period of time. Just warning you. It ain't my fault, I warned you. Oh, that was right where I was aiming, but it didn't stick. All right, let's see. Get about, it's probably about 8 feet. And when you hold it, you don't want to hold it like tight there. You want to hold it tight here. That way it don't cut up your hand just like it did me. See it right there? That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it'll do that. That's why you got to make sure your throw has a lot of like that backhanded flick forwards type of deal. That way it flings right out and puts a nice amount of spin into your target. I'm just gonna tell you, I did this to show you. If you use them ones that have the teeth, like this right here, like them big, wide deals, like you can see how that comes, it comes off of the edge of that. If you use them versus these smooth ones, that's the best kind of smooth ones. This will cut your hand up, all right? Even if you are careful, that wideness lets it not slip out of your hand smoothly, where these do. So try to get them right there if you can, all right? The hardware stores these days don't really sell them like that. So the best place is a yard sale or a trade lot or a junkyard. Oh man, oh, that was terrible. Alright, got the little one. Look at that spread. Look how close them are. Except that one. So yeah, I could work on the vertical, but the horizontal with the spacing is not too bad. Like I said, you can get pretty accurate with them. Yeah. See, you can get pretty accurate, even from far. Wonder if I could juggle these. I'm gonna try it. Oh, that's a dumb idea. How am I gonna even get into that? Ooh, you can do it. Dangerous there. Don't try this at home. This one ain't safe, y'all. It ain't like juggling knives where you can avoid touching the blade. You're touching the blade the whole time. This is just auxiliary information. Do it for the outro. Come on. Do it for the outro. Ow. Alright, so that was how to throw circular saw blades. Thank you very much for watching.